Ready? What exactly is the effects of music on plants? I did an experiment to figure out if there was any real effect. All of my results are right here. For example, my hypothesis was I believe that classical music would have a positive effect on the plants, on more than just one or two categories, but would surpass most of them. And each plant started off where the one listening to classical was 4.5 centimeters tall, was about 0.7 centimeters roundish like the stem, and it had 13 branches, no fruit. Rocker, on the other hand, Rocker, who's the one who listened to death metal, was about 14.75 centimeters. And it was like the last one. It was only 0.7 centimeters around, and it only had 12 branches, and like the other one, no fruit. Control, on the other hand, was exactly 17 centimeters tall, 0.7 centimeters round, and 13 branches, and like all the other ones, it started off with no fruit. Now, when we started this, our starter items were, we had gotten 3 tomato plants. To be exact, they're champions, which is a hybrid type plant that's supposed to brandish multiple tomatoes with big fruit. So, to start this up, we would have selected each of their different types of musics. Like in this case, classic was classical music, where we chose to listen to Pocket Boss, Canon, and D. Rocker was Bloodbath, and we had the plant listen to the Bloodbath album, Fathomless Mastery. And Control just didn't listen to anything. So, here's how we did this. We basically would have each plant watered with 1 cup of water each. We would keep each of the plants watered the same amount. We would not give one more or less than the others. We would then bring one of the plants inside and for 30 minutes have it listen to its specified sounds. So if it was classical, it would be listening to classic music. If it was rocker, it would be listening to the rock music like death metal and stuff like that. And if it was Control, it didn't listen to a single thing. Now, our final data was this. Rocker, which was the one listening to death metal, was the tallest with 32.5 centimeters. It was around this. It's around the smallest around. It's actually the same as classical. It's 0.8 centimeters round, and has 2 small fruit. Like they're about the size of 1.9 centimeter, and the smaller fruit is 1.2 centimeters. Now classic, it was the shortest out of the 2, with a 27 centimeters tall. But like Rocker, it was 0.8 centimeters round, and it had 10 branches now. Oh, I forgot to mention, Rocker had 12 branches after all this was finished, and Classic also had 1 big old fruit that was starting out around 3 centimeters in diameter. And the last one is Control, which is kind of like the medium for each and every one of them. Its final tallness was 31.5 centimeters. Its roundness was 0.9 centimeters, and it had 9 branches. It also had 2 medium-sized fruit, bigger than the fruit that Rocker had, but smaller than the fruit that Classical had. Its fruit were 2.2 centimeters large on the larger one, and 1.5 centimeters on the smaller fruit. So far it doesn't seem like the music's had really any effect. But using my results of the general growth of the tomatoes, it seems that the plants were not affected by the music. Even though I might have thought the music's sound wave may have caused some sort of change in the plant's growth, in reality it really didn't. Like, if a normal gardener were to simply just be growing these tomatoes without music, they would probably either get the same results, maybe not as good results, or better results than what we got. Like, each one of them had won in their own single way. If we were focusing on the tallness, Rocker would have won. If we were focusing on the fruit size, Classic could have won because of the fact that it had a very big fruit. Now, and Control would have won if it had been for whiteness or large multiple fruit. But at the same and the one that would have won on the branches would have been rocker as well. Like, there's a whole bunch of... the data is so sporadic, it's very much concludable that there is absolutely no effect by the music. And so my final conclusion is that the music did not have any true noticeable effect on the growth of the plants. Thank you very much.